So here we are, Monaco time on F1 2004. Don't worry, you're going to get what you want. There are some interesting moments throughout this race, but we're starting on the back row of the grid after 2 laps are validated, so that was a bit unfortunate. But nonetheless, into turn 1, we get past 2 cars, and then, yeah, we kind of just go across the corner to avoid contact. So I'll say I got past Bruni and Truly legitimately, and then Baumgartner maybe not so much. There's a little bit of contact there. I don't know, we gained a few positions early on, I'll take it. Contact into the hairpin with Fisichella. So, you know, you've got some contact in there already. It's Monaco. It was always going to happen, right? Yeah, it doesn't end there either, believe me. Okay, so this was always going to be a tough race for me, and starting at the back after both of my lap times in quali were validated, it's always going to be tough. So I was just trying to do my best here to have a bit of fun. So Portero was the next person on my list, and he sort of randomly brakes on the exit of a corner, so a nice move down the inside there, and up into 14th position. Into the hairpin, Panis. Ooh, this is a touchy one. He's leading the championship. I'm his teammate. What should I be doing here? Being nice? No, I'm not going to do that. So we're going to try and get past him. I mean, it's funny that we kind of get to one of his home races and now he starts to bottle his championship. And he's so slow through the hairpin. I mean, even I'm catching up with him here through here. And, you know, I'm the far worse teammate. At least that's what this 2004 season has shown already. So still stuck behind him here, and driving through the tunnel with these physics is a bit trippy into the braking zone. Can't quite get past him here. Luckily we've got 2 seconds, or way over 2 seconds now behind us, so we're not getting pressure from behind. But, you know, come on Panis, you're leading the championship, just let me past. Oh, okay, fair enough. That was almost like it was meant to be, right? So now we're chasing down Raikkonen. Okay, so Kimi Raikkonen, who's won the Monaco Grand Prix, is 12th place. I mean, maybe they overestimated how bad, or underestimated. I don't know. What am I trying to say here? They've made the McLaren worse than it needed to be in this game. I think that's pretty evident. Raikkonen and Coulthard, they scored some points in real life. They scored some podiums. I think Raikkonen even scored a win. So the fact that they're always, you know, seems to be outside the points is just strange. And we just drive around the outside of Kimi, the hairpin. I mean, you love to see it. A little bit of wall banging here and there, but you were expecting that, right? I mean, you see the way these cars handle and how I control them in this controller. It was always going to be a tough one, but we've made up some positions and it's been an interesting race so far, and we're ahead of Panis, so, you know, best day of my life, right? So nonetheless, we're now catching up to Mark Webber, who was having a pretty good start to the season, but he's sort of fallen away in the last couple of events here, so he's not going to be too happy. I mean, he might be looking to move away from Jaguar at the end of this 2004 season. I mean, I've got a sneaky suspicion he might move to Williams, but just don't tell anyone about that, alright? It might happen, it might not. I don't know, I've been told some things. Anyway, we're, I think, halfway through this race now, or over halfway through this race, and Webber, it would be nice to get past him quite quickly because, you know, points are still on the cards at this point. No pun intended, wasn't even funny. Round the outside, Mark Webber, fantastic overtake. World class, that's what we love to see. Now Felipe Massa is the next person on our list, flying through here, and so I do love the fact that we can just sort of, you know, cut those corners a little bit more than you really should do. And once again, just going to fly around the outside of Felipe Massa. Oh my goodness, we're just doing a masterclass of a last sector there. Absolutely amazing, and up to the start finish, I think it's going to be our fastest lap of the race as well, a 1:12.5. Oh my goodness, this is amazing. Next lap, not so good. Anyway, it's David Coulthard up next, and then Christian Kleinen, and that's a point. Quite incredibly, we can see a point just in front of us there after all that's gone on. And oh, pretend you didn't see that. I mean, nothing happened, no position was lost or gained by any driver in that incident, but David Coulthard was slow, so we try and go down the inside here, and quite nice side by side here with David Coulthard for a bit, and then through the hairpin, quite good stuff. And then Christian Klein quite slow on the exit. I was hoping I'd get past him right away, but not the case. But yeah, nice little sort of side-by-side stuff there with Coulthard. As I mentioned before in this series, it doesn't really happen. You don't have too many side-by-side, wheel-to-wheel battles with AI, because it's kind of tough for it to happen. So yeah, that was nice, and obviously fellow Brit, fantastic. I suppose the matter's Brazilian. Okay, that throws that analogy out the window. Nonetheless, Christian Clean, he's not Brazilian either, but we're not going to get it past him. And we'd probably get past him easier if we just shunted him out of the way like we were kind of doing there. But favourite move around the outside again? Yes, we are. Amazing. A bit of contact and the exit as Clean didn't want me to do it, but through this moment, I accidentally found the replay camera in the game. And yeah, there's a bit of contact. It's a little bit choppy, but still, it's nice to have a replay. I'll try and bring these into these videos a little bit more. Round the outside. A little bit of contact on exit as I get a bit sideways and he sort of stays on his straight line. But fantastic stuff there. Into 8th position. So I was loving that. I thought when I started last I was going to absolutely hate this Monaco Grand Prix. And you can see I'm bumping through a couple of these corners. It wasn't particularly easy when I had no one to directly chase here. I was sort of losing concentration. And when you're losing concentration on this game around Monaco, it's not the easiest game to look professional on. But nonetheless, fun race, 8th position, 1 whole point to take home to Toyota in Japan and Damatta in Brazil. It's nice to get back in the points after we've had some tough races recently, and just in general, a fun race I'd say. And you know, overtaking at Monaco isn't easy, so the fact that we've managed to do quite a few overtakes is very nice. So Schumacher 1-2, Button in 3rd, Barrichello 4th. You know, quite a realistic top 4, I'd say. Alonso in the points, finally. Sato getting some points, finally. And there we are. Webber outside the points, Raikkonen outside the points. Championship leader going into this round, Panis out the points. And most importantly, Baumgartner not finishing the race. Absolutely gutted. Yeah, really massive shame there. Schumacher takes the lead of the driver's standings, ahead of Barrichello, ahead of Button. Very much like real life, it's kind of like the game's fixed itself now. Panis is still 4th though, which is still a bit wrong. See you next time guys, have a great one. It's Bags Goodbye.